Okay, so this is an interesting one. It's gonna kind of jump around on a couple of basic topics, but whew, despite the jumping around, the topics will be related. In university, I keep seeing signs of globalism through academia, social engineering through education, indoctrination, psychologically manipulative terminology. And so, because I'm struggling with school and the brain injury, even now, I should be reading instead of fucking doing this shit. But there was one of the many college professors who lied in the in the thing, right? In the book. And he said that cannabis is not causing psychosis. I screenshotted it. Even though cannabis has been legalized, schizophrenia has been decreasing, and this was a lie. So it was quite a mental struggle, but I eventually got to contact the editor on Twitter, the publisher. This is from the 14th edition of Biological Psychology by Collatz. On average, people who use much marijuana are more likely to develop schizophrenia. However, over the last several decades, the use of marijuana has increased while the prevalence of schizophrenia has not. So this is a lie. What would be a reasonable hypothesis? So he's lying for globalism to push marijuana, obviously. And what I suspect is that this publisher, C-Engage, right? C-Engage Group and Learning is what this one was, knows that they are helping him lie. It's a globalist agenda. So they are not going to fucking change it. And so I cite all kinds of data showing that schizophrenia has increased. They did a 20-year study in Denmark as a result of marijuana. There's even a direct correlation between potency and higher risk for schizophrenia. The stronger it is, the more schizophrenic it'll make you. Or it has been making people in this 20-year study in Denmark over the last 20 years. And then, of course, I cite, how they're... Please tell me how it's been not increasing schizophrenia if residential treatment centers for cannabis-induced psychosis have been created or popping up all over the country. And then, of course, the map of cannabis psychosis emergency room visits. So, why is this school, a Christian university at that, teaching lies? Sorry about the squeak. The exercise bicycle's got a squeak now. Ugh. Anyway, while that's going on, I have this weird cyber stalker. And his username is Pokeball. Or clean your asshole, right? Now this is funny to me. Oh, where'd he go? Because this guy's been stalking me for a while. And so I clicked on it. He's got a drug dealing, shop on Amazon, very much promoting and glorifying marijuana. Now, I can't report this as anything. If you go to report this, there's no option for drugs, which is weird because all the other social medias, 9gag, Instagram, etc., they have report drugs as an option, but not Twitter. Twitter used to have other. They got rid of that because I kept reporting these things as drugs. So this is okay, right, to push drugs on the kids. But, let's see, where's my fucking... God, this is so annoying. But when I go to counter this, drug pushing on social media, my images of drug dealers murdered get reported, and these get removed. So it's not okay to show images of drug dealers who were stabbed and their drugs were left on them. showing it wasn't a robbery, but someone saving their kids from rat pieces of shit like the guy selling the drugs on the internet. But it gets even crazier. Okay, so, well, for example, here's one of many stories of a mother whose son committed suicide because of cannabis. And Delta 8, which isn't cannabis, it's CBD, but it's extra concentrated, is my understanding. So, this guy is rubbing it in my face that, you know, basically because he is killing kids. He's literally selling cannabis is causing the death of children in more ways than one, including the suicides. So what he's saying is, ha, 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 ha. I'm killing children. The government is helping. They're on my side. You can't stop me. And so when I say, well, no, I can. People kill weed dealers because they're destroying families, communities, etc., and don't give a shit about anything but the money. Just like cbd, apparently. The government protects the drug dealers through Twitter, censorship, etc., and other means as well, from vigilantes who don't want their kids to end up dead from suicide caused by cannabis. The government will force your kids to commit cannabis on suicide, but not allow the parents to defend their children. It's fucking nuts, right? And Twitter, like all of these other social medias, they don't even care about the laws. They violate laws all the time, right? Just because cannabis has been decriminalized in many states doesn't mean it's legal to sell it online. So they're just breaking all kinds of laws and don't give a shit because, you know what, the laws don't apply to Elon Musk because he's a billionaire, right? The laws don't apply to the rich. So, in that spirit, I also have a theory that cbd is pushing cannabis as lies because it's like a gold mine, essentially, for the mental health industry, right? The government is intentionally increasing mental illness with cannabis, which is increasing profits for therapists and psychologists. It's an industry. It's you know, these industries are like Miracle-Gro for each other: pornography, marijuana, mental illness industries, etc. Crime is an industry. It's profit oriented from the government side, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah. But that's why I didn't read the entire course material for multiculturalism, counseling, and research issues, because that's the same kind of brainwashing, the marijuana laws of racist brainwashing that led to these police officers in this famous incident in Germany who, this Muslim showed up, started stabbing people who were labeled far right. The cop held down the guy who was restraining the Muslim, and the Muslim stabbed the cop in the neck. Now, this cop here who fucking died, he had the same brainwashing they tried to push on me through that course. That's what the brainwashing does. Alright? Marijuana is a big part of that. It's fucking evil. This is why you should kill your local drug dealer. That's the fucking results. That's the fruits of the labor of this globalist agenda. The cops are brainwashed to hate the innocent and love the wicked, basically. And that's not an isolated incident, but that's another reason. So there was a video. I'll do it this way. There was a video of a white British man who was protesting, and a British police officer grabbed him by the arm so he couldn't do anything to pretend to defend himself. And all these Muslim Palestinian, Lives Matter protesters, they started kicking the shit out of him as the cop held his arm. This is a white man holding another white man for the Muslims to beat up when he couldn't defend himself. That's the results of that brainwashing. That's what it does. The anti-racism, pro-marijuana, gay agenda, like all that shit, right? Now, I tried to Google that video. And guess what? This one came up instead. Now, the funny thing about Google being evil with their same shit, same agenda, the marijuana, gay, race mix, diversity, globalist agenda, is this British officer was in the right to kick that Muslim man in the face. The Jews on Twitter who are getting beaten up and stabbed and murdered and raped by the same Muslims that are attacking white people in Britain, in London, etc., they posted that, oh no, this isn't without context, this is heavily edited. They're trying to depict this as racist white officer kicks innocent poor little brown man in the face. But no, that Muslim had done all... I forget what he did, but he assaulted a female officer and he assaulted a bunch of other people. It was pretty bad what he did. He absolutely deserved to get kicked in the face. But why are they giving me that when that's not what I asked for? This is what I asked for, and this is what I got. These aren't the same thing. Is that a British officer holding a man as the Muslims are kicking him? Maybe if I adjust my word search. Oh, Joogle. British officer holds a white man and his Muslims kick him. Is that a British officer holding a white man as Muslims are kicking him? Fuck no. So I tried to find the video. Because it's relevant. I saw it on 9gag, I saw it on Gab, I saw it on Twitter. Could not find it worth a shit. But I found this one, which was white police officers leading the Muslims against the white Brits, right? The cops are helping the Muslims attack the Brits. So that's not quite what I was going for, but that's August 5th. I got this information overload where I can't even find the fucking video because it's been so long since August 5th. I asked Meta to find it. Oh, I don't have access to specific videos. Right. So they're using social media for social engineering. And it won't give me honest search engine results for the same agenda that's with the marijuana and all that other stuff. This is causing suicides, homicides, rapes. And these elites that are pushing this agenda could not give a fuck at all about the suicides, the homicides, the vehicular fatalities, and so forth. And that's why CNGage will not change their book. They know I'm right. Kalat knows I'm right. He knows he's lying. They know the university textbook is lying that, oh, cannabis use has increased with schizophrenia. It really hasn't. They know that's a lie. So this is what? Free market capitalism, that drug dealers are allowed to push drugs that cause the death of innocent children on Twitter. But I'm not allowed to say, well, if the government won't stop them, you have to save your kids. You're obligated to save your kids. There is another interesting thing about that sort of brainwashing through all the institutions of power, not just mainstream media and academia, but in the pro-Trump protests in California, there's a bunch of white Christians who are the pussiest, most pacifist fucking bitches on the planet. And they did a nonviolent march. Antifa showed up and beat the shit out of them. And there's a Hispanic cop who was watching and didn't do a fucking thing. It's the same brainwashing. The white Christians are racist, they're fucking Hitler. Right, I bet that same cop, because that was like 2017, I bet now he's more along the lines of, fucking Jews, Hitler was right, fucking Facebook told me so, they're like genociding Palestinians, I saw it on Twitter, it must be true. It's pretty funny. But 9gag is doing the same agenda, the same globalist agenda. Don't believe Elon Musk or Donald Trump are your friends. They're not. They're globalists. You might be dumb enough to fall for these, liars and spammers and bots who are posting all these psychologically manipulative posts. Oh yeah, bro, Elon Musk is one of us. Yeah, he's fighting for our freedom of speech. No, he's not. If he becomes Donald Trump's Secretary of State, or whatever the fuck it was, some position in his administration, it's just going to be a Jew the Glam even harder. It's just going to be about money. But, so here we have 9gag pushing a lot of pro-marijuana posts. And high as fuck at the 7-Eleven. Give me the light past the dro. Now, I was commenting that same image. Kill your local drug dealer in public bathroom stabbed to death with all his drugs on him. And this got me a 3-hour ban. But yet, why isn't this stuff being banned? And interestingly enough, 9gag has an option that Twitter doesn't, where you can report illegal activities such as drugs. So why doesn't Twitter have that option? Why doesn't Gab have that option? Why doesn't BitChute have that option? Right? Yeah. Literally. They are fucking evil as shit and should all be burned alive. I hope they die in a fire, screaming in agony, like the children who have died because their parents were stoned on marijuana and caused a house fire and then ran out without the kids. But to the CIA, I am impressed. I don't know how you guys are so good and effective, but when I made a video a little while back saying that the only possibility for me to be censored this fast is it's either a bot or my internet activity is being monitored in real time. Somebody's watching what I'm posting as I'm posting, what I'm typing as I'm typing it. Which didn't make sense to me because I don't think I'm really worth a lot of budget. I think I'm a high-risk target. But, yeah, no, there was a YouTube video that I just so happened to watch where it showed a killer who was under investigation. And so they monitored all of his online activity, including what he was searching and what he was typing in Facebook comments. So as he was typing it on his screen, there they were so many miles away watching each letter he typed on their screen before he hit post or send or whatever. So it's insane how good the CIA is. That is fucking effective. That video just so happened to show up on my suggestions. Right? I don't know how you guys are doing it specifically. Obviously, I'm on one side, you're on the other of the screens and the, social engineering through software engineer manipulation, but man, that was really impressive. I don't know if you're like, okay, if you're thinking, okay, he's on YouTube through this Chrome account on this device, this IP address. Let's throw these 4 or 5 things in his suggestions. He's bound to click on one, and it will have this specific content that is relevant to what he just said, 3 days ago. Yeah, I don't think that's a coincidence. Anyway, I gotta get back to studying.